you already guessed it, I've got even more plants. And we're done with our puzzle. So now we can leave tomorrow morning first thing. And we're back. So that was quite the smooth trip actually. I'm immediately going to go to bed, and tomorrow morning we're gonna unload everything again. I think I'll save you all the work from unloading this time, but first things first. Good night. Good morning everyone. So back at the villa, it's time to unpack everything. I think I'll save you the trouble of watching me unpack everything. It's a lot of stuff. It'll probably take me, I don't know, 2, maybe 3 days even to unpack everything. So many little things all stuffed in that van. It's impossible really. The garden has held up really well actually. I'll show you. Also, some new growth as is to be expected. So all the plants have gone wild, as they always do. So the trees are doing well still. The kiwis are doing fine-ish. The lemon trees and the kumquats. This is the first lemon. Very excited for that. Definitely gonna make limoncello at some point. Furthermore, you saw me plant a lot of different type of potatoes. Those are these ones. So you can see there's quite a big difference between which ones come up. Don't know by heart, but I will make a little name tag later. Even this little hill that we made with the flower bulbs is doing quite well. Really excited to see all those bulbs flower. And that's it for the garden. Oh, so also the berry bushes are doing fine. So that's good. Let's get on with unpacking. Strawberries, and this is, I don't know how to call this, but this is an amazing herb. It smells like a Coca-Cola, which is really interesting. If you ever see this plant, then do smell it, because it's quite funny to smell cola from a plant. So we've got blueberries, which I wanted to have for quite a while. Then we've got these willows, these weeping willows. I think they will be beautiful. I love these trees. Gonna be beautiful down the stream. By that little creek that we have. Got 2 of them. Then these Japanese wineberries, and I've got some more kiwis, different kinds, different types of kiwi, then different types of raspberry as well, and some other stuff. This is just gonna turn into one big botanical garden here. It's gonna be awesome. I just couldn't help myself but buy some more. I mean, I just look at all these. Look at all these. We got some palm trees because they're just so ornamental, right? It'd be super cool to have some palm trees next to the villa, and also some fun things like the baobab tree, which is not really realistic, but will be cool to try at least, and some fruit trees, etc. And there's way more in here. happy this is done. This is quite enough glass for now, I think. And later when we start working on the greenhouse, we'll see if we have enough. While I was unpacking everything in here, I realized I bought more seeds. Lovely. So objective of today, well now, is to get another bed in, and that means, according to the plan, that we either need to move those things and have a little tiny bed right there because the path snakes around like that, or what we can do is we can make a bed right here. We're a bit limited because of the path right there, but then again it is way bigger than what we would have on that side. So I'm gonna move everything, which I'm doing right now, moving everything to there, since that will be path and I won't need to open that anymore. And then I'm gonna try to open this up. Right, bed done. And you'd think like, yay, now we can plant new things. Well, sort of true. We've got like 1 million tomatoes that we planted like, I don't know, a while back, that we really need to transplant. Wait, let me show you. These tomatoes, there's a bunch of tomatoes in here, and like this, they're probably not gonna make it, so we have to transplant them. And I guess we're gonna use the bed that we just made for that, so yeah. This whole thing out, it's obviously all bound together by the roots, so I just took this whole thing out, but we got cherry tomatoes, parsley and plum tomatoes, and I even got some basil that I planted. It just sprouted, so that's amazing. Also these eggplants, there's also eggplants. Long story short, enough to be planting here. So I'm starting with the cherry tomatoes there, hopefully giving them enough space. I read that they can be planted quite deep, so I'm planting them way deeper than they were, and hopefully that'll help them. I read that snipping these bottom leaves off will allow the tomato plant to grow new roots in some sort of way. Apparently only the tomato plant does that, so I'm trying it out. This first half I'm trying to snip them off, plant them really deep, and the other ones I'm just gonna leave them on as is, see if that makes any difference. If anyone has any good experience with that, then do let me know. I'd be happy to hear about that. Also, quick little thingy, I really do want to continue with the bathroom. It's just that I need to get these plants in ASAP, right? Because then they can start growing. But I do realize that it is a ton of work. So yeah, it's what it is, I guess. I just have to work on the garden so the basis is there, everything can start growing, and I can start working after. And then while I work, everything is growing. So we still have these plum tomatoes left, well, also the basil and the eggplant, but that's gonna be for tomorrow then, I think. Just gonna open up another bed to plant these, figure out where I'm gonna do that. So I hope you enjoyed this episode. Hope to catch you guys in the next one. Ciao.